Hello, sir. I am good. How about?
So the thing is, in last 5 classes, basically we have completed the configuration, like basic configuration, how we can configure the IP address on ASA firewall, how we can configure the routing. So in routing, we will, we already like, we already configured some routing protocol like RIP, EIGRP, OSPF, and as well as static routing. I'll also told you that regarding the default route, what is the meaning of default route, why we put default route in a firewall. Okay. And the thing is, and we also like discussed that regarding the ACLs, like what are the use cases of ACL. So in today class also I will try to show you all the things, like all the remaining part of ACLs. So what are the use cases of ACL and why we basically use these ACL in our ASA firewall, how we can control the traffic on the basis of port numbers, on the basis of IP, on the basis of network, on the basis of host IP addresses. Okay. So that kind of things basically today we can focus here. So the thing is, you already aware about the routing protocol, right? Because we have a like good discussion on that. Like this is our firewall. So if this firewall want to reach to any network, like anywhere in the, okay, let me choose this one. Okay, so the thing is, if this firewall want to access some application in the internet, so for that we always put a default route, right? Like 000 and 0 with the next hop IP address of this ISP IP address. Same thing here also. See, the thing is, if we have an inside network, these are some internal. These are some internal. Yeah, here I put this pin. So I have these network in my inside net in my internal network. So the thing is, if my ASA firewall want to talk to these network, so basically here we put the static route, or we can either use any routing protocol like EIGRP, OSPF, RIP. Okay, so right now I am running here the OSPF because in last class we discussed the OSPF, right? So the thing is, we put the static routing as well for that. Generally in production, if we have only like few routes, like here we have only 10 networks or 20 networks. In that cases, we always go with the static routing only, because static routing is very easy to configure. It has like very less overhead. It has the very less overhead in case of when we have a very less number of inside networks, like only 10 network or 20 network. If here we have around 100 networks, in that case, that static routing have a very like high overhead on a network administrator or a network engineer. So the thing is, what happens? I'll see lots of environment, but the thing is, I'll see lots of very big environment. They have, but the thing is, they always use the static routing in ASA. Okay, because the thing is that firewall basically designed for doing the two thing, NAT and ACLs. One more thing, VPN. These are the three main features generally for which we use the firewall. Okay, but the thing is, for routing purpose, if we want to configure some routing protocols, we generally use the router in that cases. Okay, so in market right now we have lots of like ASR series routers, CSR series routers, and we also have a like Cisco router which is 7200 series, and we also have a like this series and 3750 this series. These are the like routers. So these are the very high end routers, or we can say data center routers. Okay, what happens in real environment? So let me open one notepad here. So what happens in real environment, basically we have a first device which is a ASA firewall, or we can say firewall in general terminology. Okay, after it, here we have a core switch, or we can, so this is a L3 switch, which is also able to do the routing. Here we can place the core switch, or we can also use a router. Okay, after it we have some access layer switches, like switch 1, this is a L2 switch, like this is switch 2, this is switch 3, and here we have a switch 4. And after it, here basically we have a actual end users. Okay, like PC servers. Okay, that kind of web servers we have in this network only. And that firewall, sometimes what happens, maybe we also have one more router here. This is also known as a edge router. Okay, which is connected with our firewall, and this router connected with the ISP. This is a scenario of very big organization like Cisco, Google, Facebook. Okay, they use this kind of thing. So the thing is, this is not an actual ISP. This is a MPLS backbone, or we can say point-to-point link. Okay, or we can also say lease line. Lease line means they gives you a separate line, separate cables. Okay, in that case. And this is a ISP. ISP means the actual ISP from where we get the internet. So they have two ways to reach to branch offices. Like this is a branch office 1, and here we have a branch office 2. So they have connectivity like this. So if these users want to go to that branch office, so they can go like this. And they also, sometimes what happens, there is also, we have a one MPLS backbone which is also connected with the branch office 2. So the thing is, that time they want to go, so they go like this, from there to reach to branch office 2. Means we have two lines, MPLS backbone and the ISP. So this is a scenario which we have in our inside network. So now what I'll do here, let's suppose this is my firewall. This is my ASA firewall. This is my ISP. This is my inside router. And this is my DMZ. Okay. The thing is, and this is internet. So let's see if these users, these are the inside users. So if these inside users want to go to the any internet, towards the internet, want to access the Facebook, want to access the Google, and want to access any server. Okay, so for that they send the traffic into the ASA, and ASA forward this traffic towards the ISP. So what happens in the internet, basically everything is available. Like there is some bad guy, we also have some good guy here, right? Bad guy means the hackers, and good guy means the actual customers. And also there we have lots of things like malicious website, some other website like adults website, some hacking websites, some spyware, that kind of website also we have in internet only. So the thing is, if this is my inside PC1 connected with my router, or we can say connected with my switch. If this PC want to access the internet, and let's suppose this is a sales guy or HR guy, he is not aware about the things, like this is a malicious website. because this is not a domain of that particular user, right? If that guy hit this web malicious, he type the any URL of in a browser, and let's suppose this is a like malicious URL of a particular malicious website, right? So the thing is, what happens when he access this malicious website, his system is now infected. Okay, so his system is infected. Now there is also some other like PC2. Here we have a PC3. They are all connected. So this PC is infected, right, with any malicious, like infected by a malicious code, infected by a spyware, infected via malware. Okay, so what happens now? This malware tried to also reach to this guy. Okay, and this try to also reach to this guy. So now the thing is, this malware trying to infect these other PCs as well, the other users as well. Okay, so the thing is, now this is your job to configure the ASA firewall in such a way. So the thing is, if this PC trying to access this malicious website, it is not able to reach till this website, that or that packets dropped by the ASA as well in this place only, right? If he is like hitting some your malicious website, when he send this traffic into the ASA drop this traffic here only. So like now we will see, so how in case of ASA, how we can achieve this task by using the access control list, ACLs, right? So let's suppose we have one server here, like SHS server running on a port number 22. We also have a one web server running on a port number 80, like web server. Okay, so what happens now? We just go into our ASA firewall and we write the policy for this guy. Like if it's like IP address of this guy is this 10.1.1.100, and what happens? This guy only need to access these two servers. That is the job of this guy. Like he is a like, let's suppose this is a like network administrator guy, and maybe you can also like this is a HR guy. Okay, and this is a like servers related to HR things, where HR put the files, that kind of details available in these servers. Okay, so the thing is, when HR try to access these servers, what we do, we just write one policy in ASA, one rule on ASA. If traffic initiated by this PC to these two servers, then only this traffic is allowed by the ASA. Otherwise, all the traffic is denied for this particular IP address. Okay, so we write a policy like this. So basically, how we can achieve this task, I will show you here. Okay, so let me first delete this one. Okay, if I'll go into my topology here, so let's suppose this is my window PC. Okay, this is my window PC. Okay, and this PC want to access the 22 port number SHS service and web service on a port number 80. How we can configure that thing there? So the thing is, what happens? This is the only job of this guy. He needs these two services only to do the daily activities. Okay, so what we do, we just go to in a firewall, we write a ACL for that particular guy, and we open these two ports to this guy only. Okay, that is the only way how we can write the policies here. So how we can write the policy?
I don't understand. Just now, what did you say? You sent some PC to some firewall something. We write policy.
Yeah, the thing is, what happens? This is my inside host. Okay. And here I'll make let's suppose this is my server which is available in outside. Okay.
Okay.
So what happens in this server? I am running the web services and I am running the remote services, which is SHS. Okay. So what happens now? Only these users want to access these two services. I don't want other guy to reach to these servers. Okay. So now what happens? I'll only allow this user to reach to these servers, to reach to these guy, and for others I'll just deny. Okay. So now how I can write the policy? So let me first check the IP address of this PC. So I'll just go into my PC here.
Sir, I have one more question. This access control list policy, can we configure on a router as well?
Yeah, we can configure ACLs on router as well.
Okay. So like if we configure it on firewall, we don't have to configure on a router, correct?
Yeah, correct. See, it depends on your it depends on you how you want to, how you are going to control the traffic. But the thing is, router is not a device which is basically responsible for doing the ACL things. Okay, it is designed to do the routing stuff. We have a firewall to do that kind of stuff, right? That kind of jobs.
Yes.
So that's why, because firewall have a very high, very good that ACL engines, that inspection engine there. So we can manage these ACLs, like lots of ACLs. If we configure lots of ACL in case of router, maybe router like hanged after some time.
May hang. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because the thing is, it not have that much control over the ACL things, but that feature is available in router as well. So these are the like requirements. The thing is, what happens now? People want like all the things in one device only, right? So that's why they introduce all the features in one device. So only customer basically purchase that box. So and they can like do all the things in that one box only. They don't need to put a different box. Okay. So let me also tell you some more thing here. What happens with the ASA firewall? We can't do the URL filtering kind of stuff, right? These are the next generation capabilities. We can't do the URL filtering. Okay. So this is like URL filtering, application identification, okay, and content identification, content ID, spyware, malware. These kind of features we can't achieve by using the ASA firewall. Okay. So the thing is, what happens? Cisco launches one new product which is a Firepower, the enhanced version of ASA firewall. Okay, so what they do in Firepower, basically they put the ASA features, they put the IPS features, they put the URL filtering here, and they put the WSA features. They put these three devices features in one box, and they basically they just put these all features in a one box, and which is known as a Firepower. So like it is basically known as this is all FMC FTD. Okay. So these are the like next generation firewall. Right now, no one using the ASA firewall. People are using still. There are around 6 billion ASA available in the market right now. But the thing is, they all are going to migrate the ASA into Firepower, because we can install the Firepower image on a same box. And so what happens after we can get all the next generation features like URL filtering, application identification. So what is the URL filtering? If we want to block the adults websites, we can block in one shot only. If we want to block the gaming website, we can block in one shot. That is the like URL filtering. So what happens? We only allow the particular websites only, which are usable for our network. Okay. there is a like application identification feature.
So it will block all the like gaming websites
Yeah,
if you want to block it. All the.
all the gaming websites. So the
So
thing
will
is,
there be any specific thing when they will be creating a gaming website?
yeah. So the thing is,
So
what happens?
that
Lots of people from Cisco working on that thing. If someone launched the new gaming website, they are monitoring that kind of traffic there. And if they get any new website in a market which is related to gaming, they add this website in that category also.
okay, okay.
And the thing is, what happens? All the devices basically get the update from the Cisco like every hour, every 2 hours, in every day or every week. So basically they install the new databases from there. So they automatically get these details from there as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So in the gaming side, we want to allow some like one gaming website
Yeah.
that's
So
not actually
yeah, that is
So we can
also,
allow that one.
yeah, we can allow. So for that we have some override policies. Overrides.
Okay.
We can write these override policies there. Okay. And in
Okay.
also we have a like Facebook.
Okay.
In Facebook we have a like chat, we have a
Okay.
posting here, like we have a like Facebook games, that is small games, right? We have a
Yeah.
Facebook calls, like video calls on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do, if we want to allow the Facebook, we can allow that Facebook, and we can block the chat, we can block the this one like post, we can block the
Okay.
video calling there. Only the
Okay.
few things is allowed, like posting is allowed, depends on like your like, environment of your network, like how you wanna configure that stuff there. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you want to block the job search websites, you can block in one shot. And
Okay.
one more thing, like you have a like teams, like you have a sales team. So what happens? Sales guy need a Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can allow the Facebook for sales guy only, and for others like HR or admins. For these guys, you can block the Facebook, or you can block all the social networking sites
Okay.
like Facebook, Twitter. Depends on it, like how you are going to configure the policies. Okay, like if you have a like HR guys want like job posting websites, like or job searching
Mm-hmm.
website. So the thing is, for HR we can configure the policy in a way so we can allow that job posting website for HR guys only, and we can block for everyone.
Okay.
So these are the like next generation features which we can do with the next generation firewall. So we have a like firepower from Cisco, we have a Palo Alto, we also have a checkpoint. Okay, so these are the like three main firewall, next generation firewalls. Okay, so the thing
Checkpoint
is,
is also from Cisco.
no. Checkpoint is a like, these are different vendor. Checkpoint is a different vendor. Palo Alto is a different, and Firepower is a like Cisco product. Okay, these are the like different companies.
Okay.
So we have Palo Alto. So when I'll finish with the essay, I can start the Palo Alto. On that time, I will show you everything, like how we can block the Facebook, or how we can allow the Facebook and we can block the chat, that kind of things we have at that time. Okay.
And
So
you were talking about like application ID and content ID.
yeah, so these are the like content ID means someone, if like somebody try to send some mails, right? And in that mail he put the malicious code, right? So that kind of detection we can detect these things via content identification. Okay, like there is a like lots of spyware or malware things. So we can also categorize these things, like we can write the policies there. So if somebody like trying to do any kind of spyware things or any kind of malware things in our network, basically we can detect that IP address and we can block that traffic immediately. And also basically it gives us the logging to us, so we can also find out, oh, this is the guy who is trying to do some malicious activities in our network.
So
Okay,
what is spyware?
sorry, spyware,
Spyware.
these are the some malicious codes.
Oh.
Okay, like you know that viruses, right? These are the some that kind of stuff like code. So if somebody like install these spyware in your network, so what they do, they collect all the relevant information from your system. Like they can collect all the banking details, all the confidential information, and they just send this information towards the server. Okay, towards
Okay.
the like
So
attacker guy.
okay. So they spy and then they steal the information from us.
Yes, yeah, yeah. So we have lots of things like we have a botnets, we have a like antivirus, we have a like virus. Okay, lots of things we have in that there. We also have like vulnerability.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have lots of things there.
And for application authentic identification, sir.
Application means the thing is, right now like we have a torrent, right? We use this
Mm.
torrent for downloading some documents, some movies there, right? So what happens right now? Torrent also like launches lots of applications, right? We also like when we install the application in our phone, we have a like Facebook application, right? We also have a like banking application like ICICI Bank. So these are the like applications. So what happens if this guy try to access some, so we can block now on the basis of application, right? What happens if we want to block the torrent? We can directly call the torrent here. That's it. In our rule, torrent will block in one shot. We can if we can also call the Facebook application. So Facebook will block in one shot or allow in one shot. We have a like Google Drives. We want to allow, we can allow. Or if we want to deny, we can deny. Okay. So in your system, in your phone, you have like lots of applications. These are the like application identification. Now the thing is, firewall aware about the if this user like this is your phone. Let's suppose this is connected with the like company Wi-Fi. Okay, that have a connectivity with the firewall. So this phone try to access some any application, right? Any server of any application. Like you have like some gaming website there, gaming application also there. So the thing is, you can write these policies there. Okay, so basically according to that, we can basically block. So the thing is, what happens? They have categorized these applications on a basis of risk levels.
Mm.
Okay, on a basis of like point to point connection. They have like lots of terminology there. Okay, so the thing is,
Mm.
according to that, we can block these applications or we can allow these applications there.
Oh.
Okay, they also like they also know that these are the like hacking applications. Okay, so we can block these things by using this thing. Like we have a like some application for sending this emails. Like for emails, we generally use the Gmail, right? Outlook, Webmail. Okay, so we have, so these are the like he category. These are the email applications. So if we like we are using some, if we are using like Outlook in our network, we don't need to allow these things in that case, right? So we can block these two and we can allow only Outlook there. Okay, so that is the live way. So we can write the policy on this in such way by using the application identification. We also have like lots of features there, so we will see all these all these features in our Palo Alto class. Okay. So now I will tell you how we can write the policy in our firewall. Okay. So the thing is, let me go to in my firewall here. So run access list. So I'm having only one ACL here. Okay. So this is my inside PC. And basically in this system, this is my outside server where I already configure the SHS and web services there. Okay, so if I'll go there I'll type the IP address of my this server 192.168.100. See, I'm getting the web page of this server, right? And if I'll also try to access by using the SHS. So if I'll put the IP address here 192.168.1.100. So I am also able to access the SHS of this server, right? So now what I'll do, how I can now control this traffic here. So what I'll do now, I'll just block the SHS port to this guy, or I'll only give the web access of this server to this window PC. Okay, how I can do this thing now? So I'll just go to in my ASA. I write the one policy access list. I'll give the name inside permit TCP from host 10.1.1.10. What is the IP address of this server? So let me check once more. IP address of this guy is 100. Okay, so I'll just put the 100 here to host. This is my public IP address, right? 192.168.1.100. equivalent to. So the thing is, web service running on port number 80. You know that, right? So we just add here port number 80. So we have write this policy, right? Now let me apply this ACL access list. So how I can apply? I'll just go this access group inside in interface inside. Okay, so now I have write the ACL and I apply this ACL. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'll just go to in my this system. Okay, if I'll go there, if I reload this page again, so I am able to get this web page, right? And what I'll do, let me check my SHS is working or not in this, because we have allowed only web services 192.168.1.100. That time I'm not able to do the SHS, right? I'll get this message here. Okay, so what in next case, what I'll do, I also now allow the SHS, because let's suppose this user want to do the SHS and web services there. Okay, try to access the SSH service and web services, both services there. So now I'll also write one policy there. So let me, so that is these are the requirement, and production also that kind of requirement comes always, like, can you open this services for this guy? So we always write the ACL for that guy in this way. So I'll check my ACL. Okay, so I have only one statement. So now what I'll do, I'll just write one more statement on there on the same ACL. Access list inside permit TCP from host 10.1.1.100 to host 192.168.1.100 on port number 22, because SHS service running on port number 22, right? So run access list. So like now I have allowed the web service, which is www, and the SHS service. We can if we can also here write the www or HTTP or port 80. Okay, so basically it takes the www here. Here I'll take the port number 22, but it take the SHS, because firewall aware about that thing. Like to port number 22 basically is for SHS services. Okay. if I'll see this thing, show access list inside, not run here. I am only seeing the show access list inside here. Okay, so I have these two statements. See, you have a hit counts with the first ACL, right, which is for WW only, which is for web services, and this is a like SS service. So if somebody, like some users, try to access any service, or the thing is that service matches any rules here, that time hit count will increase by 1 every time. Okay, so that is the like way our ACL is hitting the traffic or not. These are that kind of things we can like use in a troubleshooting. Okay, so if I'll again go in my system here, if I again try to reload this web page. Okay, so I have like hit it lots of times, this web page, and I'll also try to access my SSH service now. 192.168.1.100. This time I am getting the SSH as well, right? So now you know like how we can control the traffic, how we can control the access, right? That is the way which we use to control the access. Okay, so if I'll go in my ASA, I again run this command, so access list inside. See, hit count is increases, right? Because we have run only that SSH connection only one time, that's why we have a hit count 1. Okay, so like that is the way how we can check our ACL is hitting or not. Okay, now let me show you one more thing.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, please.
So, like, we have configured access list for our inside network.
Yes.
So right now, what we are doing over here is like we are like permitting port 80 and permitting SSH port 22, I think, or port 23.
Yes, port 22.
So like this 10.1.1.100 is like our public network. Like
no, this is our inside network. This is a private network
of our PC or like our router.
This is a PC 10.1.1.100. This is IP address of my PC. This PC.
Okay. This 192.168.1.100 is.
This is my outside network. Outside.
Okay.
See, the thing is, this is a 192.168. It is a like private IP. Okay, but the thing is, here I am using this is a like public for me, because I am not having any public IP address. So I am using this as a public network, right? This 192. Yeah, this is my outside network. Okay.
Okay. Equals to 80.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing is.
So like we have to write that like a TCP host. So TCP host is like we are specifying one PC.
Yes. TCP means, see, the thing is what happens that web service and the SS service run on a port number 22 over TCP port number 22, or web service running on a TCP port number 80. So we always go with the specific, right? Because you know that DNS run on a UDP port number 53, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the thing is, right now I have allowed only TCP here, right? Because right now we are controlling our inside traffic. Okay. So the thing is, only this user can go for these two services only towards the outside. Okay. So the thing is, if this is a live system, if this system also want to go to the till, if this guy also want to go to till DNS services. So if I run this command here, ping the www.facebook.com. See, my ping is not working, even though it is not also resolving the DNS request. Okay, how we can, now the thing is what happens, I also need to allow the DNS here, okay, in my firewall. So what I'll do, I'll just write the policy. So the best way to write this policy, you just always run this, you can just copy this full command, okay, paste it here and just add the E53, and in place of TCP, you can use the UDP. Okay, so access layer inside access permit UDP host this to this on a port number 53. So what happens? Because the thing is, we are using the DNS server. We are not aware about the DNS servers, right? Because we are using the public DNS server, which is 8.8.8.8, right? So in destination, I use the 8.8.8. And let me also add my other one, like 4.2.2.2. 4.2.2.2. So if I'll check my ACL now again, so access list inside, I'm having these two ACLs, right? For DNS traffic, which is initiated by this guy towards the DNS server, right? So if I again hit the ping this time, right now my DNS is working, right? It is resolving this IP address, right? Because I'm getting the IP address of my Facebook. Previously, it is not able to resolve, right? Here it's like ping request could not find host, this one. Right now, it is like able to find this host. So our DNS traffic is allowed now for this particular guy. Okay. So if I'll go there, if I'll type there the Cisco website, let me, yeah, see, the thing is right now I am not able to access the Cisco and Google as well, because in my ACL, I have only 4 ACLs, right? Because at the end, we have this ACL, because the thing is at the end, at the bottom, we have a all deny statement, right? Which is a by default statement. Okay, which denied all the traffic. So we have these 4 statements, which is permitting some traffic, right? And there's also one hidden statement, which is like denying all the traffic, which is at the end of these ACLs, these access control entries. Okay, for particular this thing, I already told you that day, like we have a like deny at the bottom. Okay, what I'll do now.
I have one question. Yeah.
Okay.
Like before going ahead, so we have given like an extended access list, and we have allowed this for to host and to servers.
Yes.
And whatever the other traffic, it will automatically get denied.
Yeah.
Denied, like we have gone to the Cisco website.
Yes.
It was not working.
Yeah. It automatically denied. Okay. See,
So
the thing is that in that kind of scenario, you generally find it in your network. Okay, these are the like scenario which is available in your network. Okay, so because the thing I am just trying to show you like how you can control the like traffic, how you can do the like how you can like control the traffic, how you can block the traffic, how you can permit the traffic. Okay, I'm just trying to show you here that is step there. So let me write one more policy here, access list inside permit. Now I am permitting all the web request, okay, from which is initiated by my inside network, like 10.1.1.100, 10.1.1.0. This is my inside network, right? Permit TCP this to any means to any website, like to anyone, like Facebook, Google, YouTube, anyone. Okay, on port number 80. So I have allowed this thing here, right? So if I'll go to in my displays, this time it is also not working. Okay, what I'll do, if I'll try to access this website www.bietjhs.ac.in. So I am getting this website, okay, this time. But the thing is, why I am not able to get these websites? Can you tell me the reason behind this?
We have to type destination.
See, I am getting this website via etgs.ac.in. What is the difference in a URL of this website and this website? What is the URL? What is the difference between these? Here we
.com means public. .net. It's a .ac.in. So it's a commercial.
no, it's not a that here we have like some other things there. See, the thing is here you are able to see not secure. Not secure means when we type the URL of this particular website, it is like sending that traffic on a port number 80, or this is a like HTTP request.
Oh, it's HTTPS. Okay.
Yeah, and these are the like HTTPS request. So
Yeah.
so HTTP request work on a port number 80, right? And HTTP request work on a port number 443.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'll do if we want to allow these websites, in that case we need to write one rule which allow the HTTPS websites. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just go to in my ASA firewall and I'll add one more statement. So I'll just use the same statement there and I'll just change the port number 443. If I see my interface here, that access list. Now I have a like these two statements, like this allow our 80 and this allow our 443 port. Okay, so this time it will work. Okay, if I reload this Cisco website here, let me also reload the Google. It is working now. Okay, we will definitely get the web page. So we get the web page now. So these are the like way how we can write our ACL to control the traffic. Okay, and we are also getting the Google here, right? Now what happened here? So if I'll go into my ASA firewall, so we have these. So the thing is, when ASA firewall receives any traffic, first he matches this traffic by this statement, after this statement, after this statement. Okay. So we have these are the like all our permit statement, right? Now what I'll do, if we want to block some website, some particular destination. Okay. Let's suppose I'm also running the telnet service on this on the outside network on this PC. Okay, so let me check. I also running the telnet services there in the system. Okay, this is my outside server, this one. So run, let me check my BTY configuration. So run section line BTY. Yeah, so I already have a telnet configuration over there. So what I'll do now, the thing is by default telnet is blocked, right? Because we not having any ACL here. Okay, so the thing is telnet is by default blocked from this guy to this guy, or from this guy to this guy. Okay, from like inside network to outside network. So let me go to in my Windows system here. Let me try to do the telnet here. So I'll just open my putty here. I'll just type the IP to 192.168.1.100 and I'll select the telnet this time on port number 23. So my telnet is not working. So let me first allow the telnet. After that we can like how we can block the telnet. We will see here this thing. Okay. So how we can allow the telnet access list inside permit TCP from host 10.1.1.co So I am allowing the telnet for full network. Okay, 255, 255, 255, 0 to this guy 192, 168, 1.100 on port number 23. What happened? Okay, so I need to put here host keyword. Okay, so run access list inside. So like I have write this ACL, right? This is allowing the telnet service for this network to this guy. Okay, so if this time I'll just go to in my putty here. So let me reload my session. So I'll just restart the session. So I'm getting this time the telnet, right? I'll just put the username and password here. So I get the telnet now. How you can verify like you are logging on a telnet or not? So you just go to in this server and you can run the who command here, like who. So you are able to see like this peer is able to log in. The thing is what happened? IP address of this guy is 10.1.1.100. But the thing is when this guy send the traffic towards this guy, in ASA PAT will work, right? So basically the IP address source of the IP address of this guy will be translated into the outside interface IP address. Okay, that's why we are like able to see here like this is the IP address 192.168.1.250. Okay. So like that is the way. Now the thing is, if I'll go to in.
I have one question.
Yeah, please.
So we type it like show run and subsection line VTY.
Yes, yes.
So we are in this scenario we try to SSH.
See the
like
thing is.
To connect to the.
See the thing is, in this server I have enabled the HTTP service, SSH service, and telnet service. These three services I have already enabled. Okay, that is not your job. Okay, the thing is in router that is your job only to configure these services. But the thing in real environment, these you can suppose these are the like some servers which is available in a public network. Like these are the some customer servers where your company is providing support to these guys, these customers, right? So in that time you need to log in on these servers, and after that you can do the things. So let's suppose these are the like Citrix servers. We have like lots of servers like VMware servers and like application servers. So maybe in your environment there are some developers, so they can do the like they can provide the supports on that application there, so they can manage the code. Okay, so I'm not having that kind of application in my network. That's why. Okay, so that's why I'll only configure these services in my outside in outside server and I just want to show you how you can control these servers by using the ASA firewall. Okay, so what happens now if I'll try to SSH by using the telnet by using this guy to this outside host, that will also work. Okay, so let me first go to my window PC. Let me just exit here. I don't want like two sessions from one place. So if I'll go to in my inside system here, and if I run that telnet 192.168.1.100, so telnet from this guy also working. Okay, now what I'll do now, how I can block the telnet from this system. I'll only allow the telnet from this window PC. I block the telnet from this system. Okay, so I'll just go to in my ASA firewall. So first I'll run this command. So access list inside Okay, so access list, I'll give the name inside. After that, I can use this keyword extended. Okay, deny. See, this keyword is optional. Okay, or we can also write this policy in this way: deny TCP from host 10.1.1.101, because we want to deny the telnet connection from this guy, right? So we put the IP address of this guy to my outside server 192.168.1.100 on port number 23. So run access list inside. Okay, so I have this deny statement here. Okay, so this time if I'll go into my inside system again, let me exit out from here and let me initiate again that telnet service. So I'm getting, okay, I'm getting, but the thing is here I want to block, right? I also write the ACL. So why it is not blocking? Can you find that this reason? This reason is available in these two statements only. What is the reason it is not blocking the telnet for this particular host? IP address of this host is 10.1.1.101. What I told you, see, the thing is, when ASA get any traffic, so first he match the first ACL rule, after the second rule, then third rule, then fourth rule, right? In this way. So what happens when ASA like go to in a matching for these particular traffic and downward, here he find out one statement, right? This is allowing that traffic. So what happens when he find out this statement is allowing this traffic? So what happens here, he stop the matching with the others rules. Okay, he basically allow this traffic on the basis of this rule only. So in that case,
No, I don't understand.
okay,
So you are trying to tell us like
there is
so
a order. Okay, every
okay.
access list statement have one order. Okay, so when ASA receives any traffic, first he matches. So the thing is, we configure these ACLs, right? So the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
ASA now start matching these ACLs. So first he match this rule. After that he match this rule. After that he match this rule. So the thing is, if he find out the match with this rule, okay. So according
Okay.
to this rule, he take the action. If like action is permit, so he take the action like permit. And after that he don't go for the others rule, like for below rules which is available in a below with this rule. It stop the matching till this
Okay.
rule, and according this rule he take the action. So what happens in now in our case, basically when ASA basically matches this rule for this particular traffic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this rule saying anyone, anyone which is available in this network 10.1.1.0.
Yeah.
If he is anyone try to send any traffic towards this guy on port number 23, according to this rule, basically it is allowing that traffic, right? But we want to deny, so we have this statement below that deny statement. So what we
Yeah.
need to do now, we need to put this statement above this statement, right? So how we can
Yeah.
put? So actually there is a two way to do this thing. Okay. So first way is to, I'll just copy these two statements. Okay. And after that I'll just open the notepad here. And I also, what I'll do now, I'll just put the no here. No here. Now I'll just change the order. Okay. I'll put the deny statement above, and this no means I'm just removing these. I am just removing these two statements. After that I am adding these two statements. So now the thing is, first statement is deny. after we have one permit statement, right? That is the like second way. There is also one way. So actually forget that other way. So maybe tomorrow I will show you how we can reorder.
Okay.
Because there is a in routers, I know there is a some sequence number value. Actually, the thing is someone already asked me this question, but the thing is I didn't do any Google it. Actually, there is a one way to find out. There's a some line concept there. Okay. So actually right now I'm not sure, so I don't want to do much troubleshooting on that. So I will show you that thing tomorrow. So now if this time we will see, like this time we have one deny statement here, after we have a permit statement, right? And you can also see the hit count. So let me run again. Okay, the thing is this statement is our deny statement. It's not having any hit count, right? Hit count means it doesn't like find any match for this thing. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'll just go to in my inside router here. I'll just exit out, and now let me try to telnet now again. So this connection is refused by remote host, right? If I'll see my access list, right now I'm getting one hit count with this. Means now our AS is taking the action on this traffic, right? Because it is matching this statement now. If I'll go to in my window PC, and from window PC, if I'll try to hit the SSH, the telnet again on this particular IP address, 192.168.1.100. Cisco. So you are getting right access of this outside host. If I'll see right now this statement is also matching, right? That is the like way how you can deny the traffic and how you can allow the traffic. Okay, so now I think all of you are like familiar with the ACLs. So that is the way. So you can follow this lecture and just try to explore more on the same. Okay. So guys, I am stopping this class now, and I will show you that reordering tomorrow again, because I'll forget the exact step for this. And yeah, please.
So like in access list, we have like standard and extended.
Yeah.
So in standard, we are no longer using right now.
No.
Extended we are using.
See, the thing is in ASA, we use the extended always.
Okay.
We can't. I didn't like. I don't like to write that standard ACL. Standard ACL we use in some VPN stuffs there, because the standard ACL is limited till the IP address. We don't have like port numbers there. Okay, that's why we can't write the ACL on the with support numbers. So that's why we always use the ACL, that extended ACL on ASA. Okay.
So do you have any like slide for like usually like